Shubha Mangalam. This is Hemalata at Little Scholar High School taking up class 10th biology. We shall start with our syllabus and the first chapter is nutrition food supplying system. Now, to understand the word meaning first, what is nutrition? Nutrition is nothing but it is the process of obtaining the food or providing the food for the healthy growth. Okay, children. So, what is nutrition? Nutrition is nothing but it is the process of providing or obtaining food for the healthy growth. Now, we do many activities on day to day basis for which we need food. And why do we need food? The main reasons why we need to need food, require food is, first is for the healthy growth of the body, second is for the repairing of the damaged cells or for the repairing of the worn out cells and to regulate the body temperature. Here we need to consider 3 points when we are talking about why do we need food. One is for the healthy growth of the body, second is for the repair of the damaged cells or worn out cells, and the third one is for the body regulation. Okay, now all the living organism, whether it is the unicellular organism like amoeba or till the complex developed body of a human being, all of them require the food, and the mode of acquiring food is also different, and there are different varieties and items of the food which is consumed by all the different kind of organisms, and the way of acquiring the food is also different from one organism to the other organism. Now let us talk about the different modes of acquiring food. In different modes of acquiring food, we will shall start with first one is autotrophic mode of nutrition. In examples we are given here as plants. Autotrophic mode of nutrition which we see in plants. Plants do not get food from outside. They prepare their own food. Plants are the ones which prepare their own food using water and minerals from the soil, gaseous from the air, and they use the sunlight as the energy for the process of preparing their own food. Now, what is heterotrophic mode of nutrition? Heterotrophic mode of nutrition is the one which examples we find as animals and human beings. And the animals and human beings cannot prepare their own food. They directly or indirectly depend upon the plants. Okay, now for example, if we consider that maybe we are eating some of the animal and animal products, but it is not that directly we are eating the animal or animal products like meat and all, but again this which we are eating like meat and all, they are again dependent on the plants. That means plants are the basic food providers. So we have two types of modes of acquiring food. One is autotrophic mode of nutrition, the other is heterotrophic mode of nutrition. In autotrophic mode of nutrition, we discussed about the plants preparing their own food, converting all the simple inorganic substances into organic complex substances. And in heterotrophic nutrition, it is the animals and the human beings which take food from either the plants or other animals. Now, that is the reason we said that plants are the universal food providers. Hence, plants prepare their own food and they are the suppliers of the food to all other animals including the human beings. Hence, plants are termed as the universal food providers. Now, from centuries and centuries, the scientists are working out to find out how the process of photosynthesis actually is going on in the plants. Out of various life processes, they were trying to understand one of the important process of photosynthesis, and it is not such an simple process of photosynthesis. It is a very complicated process, and in between the process there are various intermediary products are also formed. Now, as per the von Helmont, he says that photosynthesis is one of the process, but plants are getting the minerals not only from the soil but various other factors. Okay, once again I'll repeat, as per the von Helmont, what does he say? He says that plants are able to prepare the food not only from the minerals taking from the soil but also from various other factors. Then after him, C.B. Van Neel is one more scientist who gave the little simplified formulae for to understand the photosynthesis, and it is widely accepted also. And as per the C.B. Van Neel, he said that one molecule of carbohydrate produced is also leading to the formation of one molecule of water and one molecule of oxygen. So this is the simplified version or formula for the process of photosynthesis. And the photosynthesis has to occur, as we said earlier, in the presence of sunlight, water and minerals, but also in the presence of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is nothing but the green pigment which is present in plants that is useful for the process of photosynthesis. Now this is about the photosynthesis. Then later on, still the work was going on and on the process of photosynthesis to give the much accepted formula. Then Van Neel, one more scientist, he conducted an experiment on purple sulfur bacteria. Van Neel is the scientist who conducted the experiment on purple sulfur bacteria, and here he did not used H2O, but he used H2S. And he, after performing the experiment, he came to a conclusion that oxygen is not evolved. Oxygen is not evolved in the process, but some other sulfur element is evolved. I'll repeat it, children. As per Van Neel, he conducted the experiment first on purple sulfur bacteria using H2S. He did not use H2O. Then he came to a conclusion that oxygen is not evolved during this process because H2O is not used. H2S is used, and because H2S is used, some elemental sulfur has been evolved. Then in later centuries, then Robert Hill has come out with a balanced equation for photosynthesis, and that equation shows 6CO2 plus 12 He2O in the presence of light and chlorophyll gives C6H12O6 plus 6H2O plus 6O2. This is the balanced equation for photosynthesis. Now again we can define photosynthesis as the process in which plants prepare their own food in the presence of sunlight, chlorophyll, taking water and minerals from the soil and gaseous from the air. So this is the equation. Now plants prepare not only the carbohydrates, but they do also prepare other elements like proteins and lipids. First the plants prepare the simpler forms, then again they convert them into the complex starch and cellulose. This is regarding the equation of the process of photosynthesis. Now we said that starch is prepared in the photosynthesis process. Now there is one activity which is conducted to test the presence of starch. For that, for your information, this is activity 1. It is there on page number 3, and the test or experiment what we are going to discuss is about to test the presence of starch. To test this or to perform this experiment, we need a beaker, we need a test tube, we need water, a leaf, and we also need methylated spirit. We need one tripod stand, a Bunsen burner, a petri dish, and iodine solution. Now what we will do, the setup is arranged in this particular manner. All the apparatus are arranged in this particular manner. Now what happens, in the test tube the leaf is taken, the green colored leaf is taken in the test tube, and this test tube is filled with methylated spirit. Okay, in the beaker we are taking the water, in the test tube there is a leaf, and we are taking methylated spirit in the test tube, and we are doing the water bath. It is not directly boiled, the test tube is undergoing the water bath. Now what happens, because of this process the leaf becomes colorless, that means it becomes pale, that means the pigment chlorophyll is removed. This process is done for the removal of chlorophyll. Then after some time, very carefully the leaf is taken out and it is kept in a petri dish, and to this leaf tincture iodine or betadine solution is added. So to test the performance, to test whether the starch is present or not, after boiling, the colorless leaf is kept in a petri dish to which tincture iodine or betadine solution is added. Then now this leaf turns to blue black. Now this leaf turns to blue black. Blue black. This leaf turns to blue black. Okay children, this blue black color shows the presence of starch. So we will stop here. In next class we will continue with more further experiments. Just a small review. Nutrition is a process of providing and obtaining the food. We need food for the growth, for the repair of the body cells, and for the regulation of the body temperature. Different modes of acquiring food: autotrophic mode of nutrition, heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Then because plants are the providers of food for all the animals and human beings also, so we are consider them plants as a universal food providers. According to Van Helmont, we can see that he says that it is not only the soil which is helping the plants to prepare the food, but also there are certain various other factors. And photosynthesis equation was given by the first time in a simplified form by C.B. Van Nel, and Robert Hill gave the perfect balanced equation for photosynthesis. It has to take place in the presence of water and chlorophyll, which is a green pigment. The pigment, the leaf is, the question can be why leaf occur green in color, look green in color. It is because of the presence of pigment called chlorophyll. And we have seen an experiment to prove that yes, starch is produced during the process of photosynthesis. Here we will say that the leaf is not directly boiled in the water, but it is given a water bath, and this is done for the purpose of removing the pigment chlorophyll. And after that it is tested with tincture iodine or betadine solution. So any two options may be asked to confuse you sometimes, or you ask you, so you need to remember both iodine and betadine solution. When it is added, then the leaf turns to blue black. Thank you.